All right, I am very excited to announce that we are ready now for Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog with our next brother, DerrickGnC. Derrick, please take it away.
Hey, that's right. We're going to be discovering the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, but I am not alone, for I am joined on comms with the fantastic as ever, Doodleplex. Say hello.
Hello, my name is Doodleplex, and I'm going to be enjoying this run right here in my chair with all of you.
Hey, absolutely. Okay, so time starts immediately after we confirm what our name is. So I will give the countdown, but we're going to name our character 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Couldn't be us. What's our name? Our name, I think we're going to go with, I'm going to go with George. We spell it correctly. Good Lord, I can spell. All right, we're going to go with George, who's been our fantastic tech setup. I like to name it after people who've been super involved in the marathon. So George, that's the name. Did I spell that right? George, I think I spelled that right. So that would be starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So this game came out in 2020. April 1st, nothing else is going on in the world. And the characters of this world got super involved in crime documentaries, so murder mysteries. Again, nothing like real life. So we're gonna take a look at the menu and say, hey, what's on the menu? Chili dogs, ramen, and cordon bleu. I think that sounds like a perfectly good menu. I'm gonna be real with you. Doodle, of that menu, what are you choosing?
Chili dog.
You know what? I think I might have to agree. Cordon bleu followed there very, very shortly. So we're going to talk to everybody. Everyone's going to give us our ticket. We're basically going to be like the concierge for the train. And the other guy right there is going to be our conductor. So we're going to talk to everybody, and everybody's going to kind of talk about what they're doing here. But we're going to go over them as we meet them on the What I would like chat to let me know is, what is your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character in the universe, and why is it Shadow? Followed shortly by Blaze. You have a favorite Sonic character?
I'd have to say Tails, just because he's adorable.
That's a good answer. I like that one. So everybody's talking about what they're doing on the train. We are celebrating Amy Rose's birthday, and Amy Rose is like, listen, I'd really like to do like a dinner theater, a murder mystery on the train. And so that's what we're doing here. Everybody decided, you know what? Amy is important to us or to our friends, so we're gonna celebrate this. You're a fan of Big's Frog? You mean Froggy? I'm here for it. I am here. And also, first person I've ever seen who said that was their favorite character. So, what happened? The train has experienced a little bit of turbulence. Everybody was thrown in different directions. We were thrown into the utility closet, and we're going to start our main meat and potatoes of the game. We're going to start gathering evidence and investigating because, well, Tails is going to be Sherlock Holmes. We'll call him Sherlock Tails.
Oh, I love it.
We're going to basically be doing the Phoenix Wright thing of like gathering evidence and then starting the interrogation. And our character is going to be helping. We're basically the Watson to the Sherlock. And how do we solve mysteries? Well, we enter our mind palace, which happens to be on a dream gear, and is we're thinking we're Sonic, who's collecting rings in our mind palace. And this is how we're going to solve crime. It's adorable.
That's adorable. I was about going to say that.
So each level, we're given a goal. We said 20 rings, and we're getting 29. That'll eventually get harder, and there'll be more environmental hazards. So we're going to say, well, you looked at the shelf, and that's the stick, but it's not actually a stick. It is the handle, Amy Rose's Pico Pico hammer. Amy Rose tried to open the door by giving the door a nice solid whack with the hammer. which is devastating. But
The door?
You know, it looks like it's broken the hammer, but also the shelf.
Oh.
There's a chunk out of that shelf. It was caused by the hammer. Amy
Dang.
Rose is a beast, all right? We stan Amy Rose in this house. You'll see
Holy.
a lot of wreckage has happened. And there's the Family Guy death pose. It appears that Sonic has been murdered. That is a favorite pose for several community members that that are in the community I run. We love the Family Guy pose. It's got to have an actual name, not just the Family Guy death pose.
Like the Wilhelm scream kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to move into the next car. It's the saloon car. And there's little robot hands that are running the place and things like that. And who is going to be here? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh no, the arcade machine.
Really important. And there's Cowboy Knuckles. He is cool. He is calm and collected, maybe. It was Super Monkey Ball. Unfortunately, it looks like Knuckles beat it up. Oop. Helps like click on things correctly today, huh? All right, we're gonna select the arcade machine because it's all smashed up. What is Knuckles known for? But punching, because he's in fact tougher than the rest of them. That is a deep cut to the Sonic DX credits song for Knuckles. And now you'll see the big bouncing orbs that are going to try to take us out. That's Knuckles' personal obstacle. That's the word I was absolutely trying to get to. And you'll see, like I said, it's getting tougher. We're at 30. Eventually, we're going to have to collect up to 100. And we get to enter the code of the Matrix and just, like, disassociate and get it. When I've ran this game before, it's like, you just, like, lose the look in your face, and you're like, I am seeing the game. Because you're just focusing on nothing and yet everything at the same time. It is wildly impressive. All right, so Knuckles has destroyed the machine. And Knuckles has a little bit of sense of pride as the last Echidna warrior. Shout out to those who have seen Sonic the Hedgehog movies, which are really, really good.
I have not yet seen them and I want to.
Oh, so worth it. So worth it. They start out, you start thinking, you're like, they just seem like a joke movie. But they actually have a lot of charm and a lot of personality. And I think that that's one of those things, by the way, there's Rouge. Rouge was in the room at some point. Because Rouge is the only one that leaves lipstick on things. But Ultimate is on the scoreboard. Who is the ultimate life form? But Shadow, the ultimate life form. And now we're going to move on to the next room. But I think that Sonic as a whole, like, gets this weird rap of, like, being joke games. They're actually really serious, and, like, a lot of them have a lot of heart. This game in particular kind of, like, reinvigorated my love for Sonic, which seems really weird. Seems that this was generally considered a joke game, an April 1st game. That this game brought me back into the Sonic fandom.
There's a lot of work here for just a joke game. This is really well done.
Exactly, and all the characters don't betray who they are. They're playing different roles. So Vector the alligator is gotta stop talking to Vector the alligator. He's playing the butcher, and it's like, okay, cool. Espio is a ninja in real life, and he's playing a poet. And it's really cool that these characters have different personalities. Some of them have been on what are widely considered to be enemy teams, Team Chaotix and things like that. but they're all here celebrating Amy's birthday. And I find that has a lot of heart. And I think for when this game came out, it came out in a time when a lot of people felt alone. And to have such a game with heart, I think really resonated with a lot of people. And it was free.
And it was free.
Yeah, and it was free.
And it was free. Free is always good.
I think that absolutely helped. But I think the resonation of people wanting that family, even found family, and then murder mysteries. No one was into that at all. Don't want to say, hey, you know, the door was open, the lock's unlocked. What do we got going on? By the way, you'll see the ninja blades. Those are our obstacles for the level.
Does this belong to anybody?
Somebody needs to stop throwing these around. But again, I love that this is in a mind palace. This is still canonically our character just thinking about how to solve the problem. There we go. Get hit with an obstacle, you lose some points, you lose some coins, and then you keep going. If you fail to meet the goal, you just go back, you redo it, and that's it. There's not like an excessive punishment. It's just like, yeah, let's just do this running phase again. Fine. Don't worry about it. Which makes it really enjoyable. I will also say, this game is perfect for getting together a group of friends like on Discord or whatnot, and everybody picking a character and just making a night out of it to do everybody voices a character.
That's fun.
It's a really fun idea and like a really cool community idea, because there's enough dialogue that everybody gets to voice something, but no one has to voice everything, if that makes sense. So it's really fun. I've wanted to do that with the community for a long time, but you know how things go. Hard to find people to do things and everybody's schedule lining up. But now we're in the casino car, and we gotta love the Chow with the mustache.
That is adorable, and I'm all for it.
And we now have a Blaze and Rouge there in the casino car planning a heist. This is the only level where we don't actually have to do a running section. We just have to go
thinking.
You what?
Because we're not plotting how to solve the mystery. We're just plotting how to rob someone.
Yeah, that's entirely it. But I will say, it is actually incredibly important because it reveals something. Previously in the library car, we quizzed SBO on a bunch of things about the car, about the train. And one of the things is absolutely like no explosives, no weapons, nothing is allowed on board, right? So the fact that this Fabergé egg is ticking means that it's not a bomb. It is just ticking. So what's in the Fabergé egg? Well, it's gonna pop open. You know what? A clock is a good answer. How about an absolutely adorable iced out Chow necklace?
That is cute.
And I could see either one of these characters wearing it.
But why is it ticking?
Yeah, no one. We don't want to do that one. It's just doing that.
Okay.
It's a feature, not a bug.
All right.
And then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go find Shadow, my personal favorite character. He is in the lounge car. So what is he doing? We're gonna find out here in a second. But he has been systematically locking everybody in their specific bars. And we go, okay, well that's a little weird, you know, maybe a little suspicious, maybe. The one. Well, not really. We're gonna find out what he's been doing, and we're gonna find out he's been really cool. and been super wholesome. Here's keys. We're gonna look in the trash can. There is an incentive at some point in some places that you can look in the trash can. That is a speedrun category. It's called the All Trash Cans Speedrun. And we're gonna talk to Shadow, and we're gonna start like, hey, you've been locking people in the place. Like, come on, what have you been doing? And he's been trying to say, like, been trying to, make sure I'm alone. Okay, again, suspicious, but we're gonna move on. So the thing that was in the trash can was a piece of paper. If you had to guess, and I will let everybody, chat guess, Doodle, you want to guess? What was Shadow doing in here that feels like it would fit Shadow's character? Or just Vegeta if you think Dragon Ball.
Training.
Training is a good answer. I like it. I like it. We're gonna find out here shortly. So what he was doing is he was planning something. So what was he planning? Well, I told you we're here for Amy's birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, the Edge. The first canonical Sonic the Hedgehog character who has a firearm.
Oh.
It's in the original game. It's great. The original Shadow the Hedgehog game is really something else.
Didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. Also, alien. Shadow the Hedgehog's not a hedgehog. He's an alien.
All right.
Surprise. Spoilers for everybody involved.
Very surprised, actually.
Shadow the Hedgehog was buying a birthday gift for Amy.
Aww.
Who is canonically just Sonic's girlfriend to him. I don't think that they've ever actually had any interaction in the games of any substance. They've just kind of been in the same place at the same time. And you might go, okay, well, he was buying Amy a gift. That's cool. But it's not just that. It's not just that. That would not be as meaningful. Shadow was buying her concert tickets to her favorite band. And he was buying good seats. He wasn't buying the cheap nosebleeds. He's buying really good seats for her. To her favorite band. And it's really cool. Like, here's this character that is portrayed as being like rough and gruff, somehow even more rough than Knuckles. Somebody who is just above it all. He is Vegeta from Dragon Ball. He is Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Mm-hmm. He is a hater. Let's put it that way. He's just a hater.
Grumpy, but good inside.
He's a good person, but yeah, he's grumpy. And he's buying Amy a meaningful, good gift. That to me is just, it speaks a lot to how they chose to personify these characters. They chose and said, hey, we're gonna make Shadow not just the edgy character, the dark and broody one, but one with heart. And I love that. Anyway, we're gonna solve the problem. Who is the only one who is able to do things? Well, pay attention to dialogue, or if you're a speed reader, as I'm just furiously clicking through things, you'll find out that, well, Espio had the ability to sneak around. And Sonic is actually hurt. Everybody thought, oh, Sonic's just playing it up, it's part of it. No, Sonic is actually hurt. Sonic has been murdered. And so we're saying, hey, Espio did it. Rouge had some things about this, knew about it, but how did Espio do it? No weapons are allowed. Easy. Blow dart. He's a ninja. It tracks. Again, playing this game casually is really cool. I highly encourage, it's free. And it is super worth it. If you want to get into the speed run, it's a pretty simple game. There's only a couple places where you really have to worry. There's only one place, or a couple places, you can actually click too fast and soft lock yourself.
Oh. That's
one of
not
those
good.
places. Yeah, one of those places is literally 5 minutes before the end of the game.
Oh no.
Ask me how I know that.
Oh no.
It's called being on PB pace. Stop flocking yourself, and then going, you know what? We're done for the night. I'm done. I'm gonna go weep.
Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry.
There's also a lot of accessibility options. There's options where you don't get penalized for getting hit and things like that. I'm a huge yeah.
Are those different categories or?
They're kind of like set apart. There's like a listing on the speedrun.com page letting you know, hey, this is using this setup, this is using so it lets you know. Really cool. I suggest giving it a try, even if you're not like, I'm gonna speedrun this game. Go out and play it. Like I said, if you're a Sonic fan, it's really got a lot of heart and character. It's honestly one of the only visual novels beyond like Phoenix Wright that I can sit down and play. I'm not a let's play a game to read person. But this game, like, I sat down, played it, and was like, I'm in for it. And it's a really cool speed run, honestly. Don't let me discount it. Like, it is really cool. There's a lot of like having to multitask, like being able to have a conversation while collecting rings. It's actually kind of interesting and challenging. But as a speed run, like, it's really cool to optimize. By the way, Sonic's fine.
Wait,
Just
what?
kidding, Sonic's not hurt. Also, the train is a Badnik powered by a Flicky. For those who are not, maybe entrenched in the Sonic lore, Badniks and powered by Flickies is signature of only one person. Only one person in the world makes Badniks.
Somebody bad?
Yeah, a doctor even. A doctor.
Bad doctor.
Yep. It is. We're gonna find out. The train is gonna kick us back, because when things are powered by a Flicky, they gain sentience. Ergo, all of the characters in Sonic have sentience. This train is very aware of its actions. So it was given sentience, decided it didn't like something. And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get there. So we were thrown all the way to the beginning of the train, excuse me. And Sonic is gonna start having some doubts. Uh-oh, it's Dr. Robotnik. Turns out Dr. Robotnik gave the train sentience. That seems like a great idea.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
And nothing at all. Listen.
Nothing.
So the train gains sentience and is actually upset. This whole time, the train conductor, this is the train conductor's last voyage on the train. He's retiring. He's going to go spend his golden years with his lovely wife. Now we're actually playing as Sonic, by the way.
Oh.
He is playing as he's going to go retire with his lovely wife. And the train is upset about that. Because the train was given sentience and the conductor is his friend and does not know how to process being able to make new friends or anything like that. Sentience was forced upon it and it doesn't know how to handle it. So it's like, well, how do I keep everybody together? Well, they can't leave if they are literally imprisoned here. So we're basically gonna start talking to the train later. Be like, hey, listen, like, you have to give people choice. Just because they are leaving doesn't mean they're gone. Again, free game, by the way.
Holy, this is deep. Wasn't expecting this for a free game that was supposed to be an April Fool's joke. I mean, what?
Right. There we go. That's what happens if we fall. We basically just restart.
Oh no.
But I like that. They gave the train a personality and said, hey, like, it's going to be sad that the conductor is leaving his friend, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like, I think we've all had people, friends who've stepped away, and you're like, okay, you're still my friend, but you're not here with me. But you still communicate. Didn't expect to cry during a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Good job. But I like it. It's really cool. And again, free game that has a lot of heart. You've also noticed we are no longer playing on the Dream Gear. This train is just attacking us now.
Yeah, notice the background change. It used to have like 7s and stuff, and now it's just red and glitchy.
I like it though. So we're getting to the front. We're getting back to the front of the train, and then we're gonna have to start dealing some damage to it because you know what, we have to remove the flecking. Forcing sanctions upon something using a bird, just not a good look. Just not a good thing. So we're just gonna save the bird inside, and the train gets to keep its sanctions. For those who are a big fan of the Deltarune, one of the characters here, it looks a lot like Queen from Chapter 2 of Deltarune. The train, in fact. Because now we are trying to outrace the... the face looks like a character from Deltarune. But we are racing the train because we have to catch up to it to get the bird out of the train. Try using any of these sentences with people who really have no idea like what is going on.
I mean, I'm baffled. My jaw just hit the floor.
So now we've got robot hands that are reaching up out of the ground. And they're waving, they're doing a little hi!
Oh man, the music's a bop.
It is. I'm glad that somebody else brought it up and not me. Just about every run I always do, I'm like, music's a jam! And the audio soundtrack is on YouTube, by the way. You can jam out to it while doing work. And I have done that.
Oh, we're at the front of the train.
Say what?
We're at the front of the train.
Yep. If host or anybody wants to read anything, this is honestly a really good time to do it. We're just going to be doing this again. Yeah, if host has anything to read about charity or anything like that, please go for it.
Nothing currently to read out, only just to remind people that if you do want to donate, please do. All the donations are going straight to community, and as well as that, you can also help decide on some of the incentives and various things that will help decide how Speedromizer will be run. One of the incentives that did get met was for the run Unsighted that's coming up later, where you will indeed get a pet dog. How exciting. I'm personally a cat person, that's fine. Dogs will do, that's not bad. But yeah, plenty more targets to hit, so please keep those donations coming. We're nearly at $200. Let's try and hit that $200 before the night's through.
That is excellent.
I like petting dogs, and I like petting cats. I mean, I'm bipedal. I like dogs and cats equally. So yeah, it sounds like people should be put in towards petting a dog.
Yes. I am a fan of petting the animals.
I'm petting a cat right now.
My cat has decided that she does not like me right now. I had to tell her to stop like bashing her head against the microphone.
Yeah, mine likes doing that too.
I'm like, listen, we gotta be careful of the potential soft lock in the next area. All you have to do is just click slower, which seems antithetical to Sonic and speedrunning. But we're gonna...
Gotta go fast-ish?
Gotta go... enough?
Yeah, kinda.
But you can see how there's just like so much going on the screen right now. Oh, we missed it by one. It's gonna say, hey, not enough rings. Do it again.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, just up to 100. So each
fine,
phase
no
gets its own little thing. We get to listen to music. Yeah, right, that's what it is. More time for donations and listening to the OST. Practice that line.
Clearly. 100%.
Absolutely. Speedrunner, why are you not running?
It's a throw for charity.
Exactly.
Wow, this is going so fast. I don't even know how you can keep up with this.
The trick is unfocusing my eyes.
Ah. There
I'm
we go.
Staring at everything and nothing. Why I like having I'll grab Espiel's gonna grab the flicky. We have to do this slower.
The little bird.
It's a cute little bird.
The burb.
And Amy is mad, rightfully so, for ruining her birthday. The train explodes.
Poor train.
I love that face that Amy makes. What Sonic catches her. Like, honestly, if you don't get like a little bit of chills and like, this music is just so touching because it's gonna start explaining like what's been going on. And the train is gonna be like, hey, I couldn't bear to see you. Like, it's like, oh, my heart. I'm not gonna cry, you are. And he's genuinely remorseful.
Who's cutting onions?
It's adorable. And he's like, I may be leaving, but you'll never forget the time together. And like, oh my God, for a free game released on April Fools, it honestly, it gets me. Like, it's adorable, but it's filled with so much heart. I highly recommend it. Plus, we get the world's greatest picture here in just a second. Also, there's the conductor's lovely wife.
Aww. It's like a dog that needs a pet. But?
So time is going to end when we say, and that's pretty much my life. I'll call it out, and I'll let you know when it's going to be happening. But we're going to see some really cool things. We're going to speed back through here. We can do that now. Everybody got Amy a cake, and everybody's celebrating. It's adorable. And there's the conductor and his lovely wife there. I want a sequel to this game.
Yeah.
But then we get Let's Go Dad.
That's amazing.
It's so funny. And you got like the little rubber duckies. It's so adorable. So we're gonna say, hey, like the train, quit your job. The train, you get left. You won millions in the lottery. You managed to fly into space, and that's been my life. And that is time, actually. And this has been the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Appreciate you, Doodleplex. Thank you so much for joining. I know it was like a last minute, like, hey, do you want to do commentary? And you know, Sonic the Hedgehog lore might not be your entire thing, but I appreciate having you along for the journey. So please tell me, where can people find you?
I can be found as Doodleplex. Pretty much, you find the word Doodleplex, you'll find me. That's how it be.
There you go. My name is DerrickGnC, and I do a lot of speedruns, randomizers, and speedruns of randomizers, including this game as well as some other games as well. Appreciate the entire Speedromizer community for letting this run be put in last minute to fill a gap. I appreciate the faith and confidence. We got really close to estimate, and I'm very happy about that. Also, big shout out to my lovely wife who took our kids outside. If not for her, I would not be able to do many of the speedrunning things that I'm able to do. So she takes them out, library, does things with them, so that I can have a quiet environment to do that. So shout out to the lovely wife, as well as to my community who's watched me run this game so many times, they can probably tell you a story for beat what's been going on. Yeah, big shout out to everybody involved, and I think that's gonna be it for me. If whoever wants to takes it from me, go for it.
Wow, thank you so much, Derrick and Doodleplex. It has been a pleasure to watch this run. Very emotional, yeah. Not an experience I really expected from a Sonic game, but an emotional ride nonetheless. Thank you so much. Thank you again to DerrickGnC and Doodleplex. What a fantastic run of Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. He wasn't even dead, he wasn't murdered, he was alive the whole time. What a great twist in the story. Wow. And a free-to-play game as well. I remember that coming out on April Fool's, and a lot of people raving about that, so it might be something I have to check out as someone who likes the odd visual novel. Big Phoenix Wright fan, personally. Very big fan. So I'm you know, open to the odd visual novel from time to time. So, yeah, maybe I'll check that out. Not bad at all. So while we wait on the next run, which will be Devil May Cry Virgil's Downfall, we got some time to take a break, have a relax, get some water, make sure you stay hydrated, grab a snack if you're hungry. Next run will be coming up in not too long. We are, as has been mentioned many a time, very, very close to that $200 mark. So, if you would like to help us hit that $200, please do go to speedromizer.live/donate and you can help us reach beyond even $200 if you'd like, but at least $200 maybe by the end of tonight would be fantastic. You can also hit !donate in the chat. That will also give you the link to get across there and donate. Plenty of incentives to put your money towards. Just been having a flick through some of my favorites so far coming up. We've got something here about Wario World, about Eros taking a bite of raw garlic. That just seems like a wild thing to put on the target list. So fair play. If you want to donate to someone taking a bite of raw garlic, you can absolutely do that. And you can do that today. So make sure you go over to speedromizer.live/donate and get that man to eat a bit of raw garlic. Crazy. Speedromizer, a great cause, a great idea for an event, a very good twist, I believe, on the speedrun marathon, where not only are you allowed to submit a run, but they then say, no, you're not gonna run that. Here's another game, you can run that instead. Runners have 90 days to learn their game, hone their skills, and make this marathon as amazing as it has been so far. Can we just get a shout out, by the way, to all the runners and everyone who's participated in the marathon so far? Fantastic stuff. Great runs so far. Mario Golf. That was a great start to the event as well. Mario Golf. Crazy, crazy game. Not one I've actually played. I remember, I think I had a friend who owned Mario Golf. I remember seeing it. I don't think I ever actually played it myself. I'm slowly coming to realize, as speedrun marathons come and go, especially this one as I've been flicking through the schedule, so many games that I haven't played. I like to think I'm quite, you know, up to date, down with the kids. I play all the games, I'm quite cool. And then I look at these marathon lists and I think, do you know what? 80% of these games I've not played before, so that's good. Which is great, because it just gives me a potential incentive to check the games out. Well, in the meantime, what we can do is run some ads. So we're going to quickly run some ads. We'll be right back after the ad break to make sure that everyone is ready and up to date for the next run coming soon. So please stay tuned. Well, I get up to take a nice sip of water from the kitchen, and I come back and see that number has hit the magical 200. We have had a $25 donation from DannyBoy90 that says, here's to a great last-minute sub for Sonic and a great cause. Thank you very much, Danny Boy. Thanks to you, we have now reached $200 raised for QMUNITY. Thank you so much. Big clap for everyone. Amazing stuff. Thank you so much. That incentive as well has gone to my personal favorite of the day, Halo 3 Turn On Grunt Birthday Party Skull. An absolutely amazing choice. Thank you again, Danny Boy, for the $25. Halo series, a fantastic series of games, very good. I feel like one of the last remaining of games that exist nowadays, of games that you can play co-op, split screen with a friend or a partner. I just think we're missing so much of that nowadays. As someone who is happily married and wants to play games with my significant other, trying to find games that we can play together sometimes is such a struggle. And thank goodness that Halo exists, because what a great game that is to play through. And thank goodness there are so many Halo games that exist. Great series if you're looking for something to play co-op through. And Halo 3 being one of the best. I think that's universally agreed upon. Gosh, Halo 3 takes me back. I remember back in high school, maybe I'm showing my age now, back in high school, when we used to load into the Halo 3 lobbies, the custom game lobbies. Fat Kid, that was a great one. Everyone remembers that one. That one, the one game mode where there's just vehicles flying down. You've got to try and run up the ramp, and there's vehicles flying down into your face. Custom games, man. What back in the day, just couldn't beat them. And then further to that, I remember being in the beta, waiting in the queue for the beta for Halo Reach, and we were all of us in an Xbox Live party, just sat there waiting to be able to play Halo Reach for the first time. I feel like that's something we're significantly missing on. I feel like nowadays is not so much the experience of like all getting in a little group and waiting for like games to play and things like that, but I'm just thinking now of like midnight releases, even like going to Game, or for me like Game, or like GameStop for like our American friends and places like that, and queuing outside for the midnight release of a game. That just doesn't happen anymore. People today are missing out on the midnight release. Anyone in chat a fan of the midnight release for games? Any midnight releases in chat? What was your favorite midnight release? Q. Hopefully it wasn't too cold as you were sat out there early hours of the morning. Pick up your game.